Welcome to Fitness on Demand's Advanced Training Techniques. What we're about to engage in right now is called a tricep. We'll use 3 exercises to work each body part. We're going to start with the largest muscle group first, and then we'll work our way down. Let's begin. I'm going to start off first with a bench squat. Now keep in mind you can do this squat for 10 repetitions, 15 repetitions, or you can go on a timer. We're just going to use repetitions for right now. The bench squat, you're going to squat down, touch the bench, pop up, keep your back nice and straight. So right now I'm making sure that I keep my knees in alignment with the bench. Make sure I'm not experiencing any knee pain of any sort. And now that I've done my squats, I'm going to move immediately into my deadlifts. What I'm doing here is I'm using the stiff leg variety. So right now I've worked the entire leg, the hamstring. Now I'm going to place some emphasis on my quadriceps, which are the front portion of the leg. I'm going to use a step block, and I'm going to do it one leg at a time. Now you want to switch legs. And right now my quadriceps are really feeling this. They're pretty tight. Excellent. Now from that movement, we're going to go on to do the chest. Now my personal preference is to start off first with an incline, lower the bench, do a flat bench press. Afterwards I'll do flies. Now I'll also do the flies on an incline to emphasize my top portion of the chest. Now, once I'm done with the inclines, I'll flatten the bench. I've just completed an exercise which is going to emphasize the top portion of my chest. Now I'm going to emphasize the mid to lower portion, utilizing a flat bench press. Wonderful. Now, I'm going to move back to an incline position. I'm going to repeat the same exercise for my chest using a fly. Now, these flies can also be done flat as well. But again, my emphasis is always on the upper pectoral muscle, especially for my male trainees. Super. Now we've done legs, chest. I'm going to move on now to back. Now for the back muscle, I'm going to do 3 different exercises once again. I'm going to use the bent over row using a easy curl bar. I'm going to follow that with first with an overhand and then with an underhand grip, followed up by dumbbell rows, palms facing in. Come join me. Now remember, keep a slight bend in the knees, tight back, You want to pick a weight that's comfortable for you to handle. Now I'm going to grab it with an underhand grip. This is going to hit my back from a different position, a little bit lower. Great. Now I'm going to immediately follow that up by grabbing the dumbbells, palms facing in, tight back. And now we just completed back exercise. Now I'm going to move on to a dumbbell press for my shoulders, followed by upright rows, and then to cap that off with lateral raises using dumbbells and an easy curl bar. Again, you want to keep that back nice and tight. Now I'm going to follow that with some upright rows. That's going to work my traps. It's also going to work the frontal portion of my deltoids. Excellent. Finally, I'm going to cap that off with some lateral raises. Excellent. Now we're going to do some tricep work. Now with the triceps, it's a very important portion of the arm. So we definitely want to give it its due attention. Tricep composes 2/3 of the arm. Let's start off first with a overhead tricep extension, followed by some dumbbell kickbacks, and capped off with a close grip bench press. Let's begin. Great. Now I'm going to follow up with a close grip bench press. Now the great thing about this is not only are you getting a great tricep workout, you're also once again hitting the chest muscles from a different angle. But that would be a secondary muscle group. I don't want to lock out all the way. I want to maintain that stress on my tricep muscle. Now I'm going to cap this off with my tricep kickbacks. I'm going to brace myself on the bench, keep my elbows up high. Now, if you're not holding on to a bench, you can simply grab your knee to brace yourself. Excellent. Now, let's take a look at a bicep, tricep. Now, in this tricep, we're going to use the easy curl bar. We're also going to use our dumbbells. So first, I start off with the major muscle movement, the most compound. Hit that muscle belly, which is the largest section of the muscle. Then I follow up with my isolation type movements. Now I'm going to do these dumbbell curls seated. And I'm also going to supinate my wrists. It's going to add just a little bit more difficulty to the movement. And I'm going to follow that up with a concentration curl at the end. Excellent. Now I'm going to place my hand on my thigh just to give it a little bit more elevation. And now I'm going to do my concentration curl. Now we're going to move back down to the lower body, and we're going to do our calf raises. Now calf raises are excellent exercise for strengthening and giving the calves some size. It's a very simple movement. Just keep the movement nice and controlled. And stand on your tippy toes, lower yourself pretty slowly in a controlled fashion. Now as you go up in dumbbell weight, it may be pretty challenging to hold on to the weights. So one of the things you may want to consider is to do a seated calf raise. Simply take the dumbbells, place them on your thighs, put your feet pretty close together, and just raise your calves up. And again, you can use pretty heavy weights without fully stressing yourself out with your hand grip. Now, finally, we're going to do some abdominal work. We're going to work upper, lower, and finally we'll do some jackknives to capture both movements. First, I'm going to lock those legs. And I'm going to start off first with an upper movement. Now I'm going to work the lower portion by extending my legs. And then I'm going to slightly lean back, bring my legs in, and then kick them out. Finally, I'm going to finish off with a set of jackknives. I'm going to raise my legs as well as my upper body both at the same time. You can keep your arms either crossed on your chest or at your side, whichever one is comfortable for And there you have it. This was a wonderful routine. Of course, you would adjust that by the number of sets and repetitions that's most beneficial for you. Thank you for joining me. Fitness on Demand, Trisets.